I just finished knitting a hat, one of my favorite patterns, the copycat beanie. I have a video on how to knit this hat, and I'll leave the description in. I'll leave the link in the description below. But the hat looks finished, but it's not. If you look on the inside, because I used 2 colors of yarn, and I stopped and started those colors, I have tails to weave in. I can't just leave these. So I went to my to look for a needle to weave in the ends, and my favorite one for weaving in this weight of yarn I could not find. What I did find was a smaller one that I use for like 3-ply or smaller yarn. This is a worsted weight. I like to use a pointed needle for weaving in ends. I think it makes a nicer product, but it's hard to thread this through. It's almost impossible to thread a worsted weight yarn through this little tiny eye. So I have a trick. You know those envelopes you throw away with not necessarily junk mail in them, but mail? You normally don't keep the envelopes that stuff comes in. So what you do is you take a pair of scissors, cut a little thing like that, cut a piece like this. Now, I'm interested in the fold, okay? Let's see if that, and it must be able to fit through the eye of the needle. That one's not quite thin enough. So we'll trim it down a little bit. Will it fit now? Pretty good. Not quite though. A little bit more. Okay. Got my needle threader ready. I slip that part in. I open up the back side of it. I lay my yarn down. Close it up. Hold it carefully. And slip it through. Works every time. You can thread a pretty thick yarn through a pretty small eye using this method. Anyway, I will keep putting my the tails and get them all woven in. This is a trick I've been using for a long time because sometimes you just can't get this yarn through the eye of a needle, and this always works for me. Anyway, if you like this little hint, like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Thank you very, very much for watching.